A new book reports that a testy phone call between Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Apple boss Tim Cook ended abruptly with some not-so-kind words from the latter. Musk, however, claims it never happened. According to author Tim Higgins, power played Tesla, Elon Musk, and the bet of the century around 2016 as Tesla struggled to ramp up production of the Model 3 sedan. Musk and Cook spoke on the phone about Apple potentially acquiring the fledgling car startup. Musk was open to a deal, but he had one condition Cook couldn't stomach: becoming the CEO. Musk said in December that he wanted Apple to buy Tesla during the darkest days of the Model 3 program, when he was sleeping on Tesla's factory floor as the company went through what he has called manufacturing hell. But according to Musk, Cook never agreed to a meeting. Cook and I have never spoken or written to each other ever. There was a point where I requested to meet with Cook to talk about Apple buying Tesla, Musk tweeted in response to the report. There were no conditions of acquisition proposed whatsoever. He refused to meet. With everything seemingly stable for Tesla now, Musk may as well make a bold move to acquire in part the Steve Jobs-founded tech giant. Higgins' book documents Tesla's darkest times, describing the stressful period of September 2018. At the time, Musk's job and the company's future were on the line as Tesla raced to roll out the crucial Model 3 before the end of September in order to record those sales for the quarter. The then embattled CEO had set the ambitious goal of delivering 100,000 Model 3s by the end of the quarter, more cars than the company sold in the entire prior year. And one anecdote recounts how he chewed out a manager who told him it was not realistic. On a nightly conference call, a manager with years of experience overseeing supply chains for the Army National Guard told him that the company was on pace to deliver 80,000 cars for the quarter and that his 100,000 goal was impossible. Within days, Musk fired the manager, according to the book, telling other executives he was disappointed with her fundamental inability to perform. In the end, Tesla's deliveries reached 83,500 for the quarter, nearly exactly what the fired manager had predicted. Musk had refuted many of the claims in the book, saying in a tweet, Higgins managed to make his book both false and boring. The Apple takeover at the time was a viable option, even though camps from both Tesla and Apple Inc. refute that news as unfounded. Reached for comment, a representative for Apple pointed to an interview with the New York Times during which Cook said he had never spoken to the Tesla CEO. In Power Play, however, Higgins notes that Cook and Musk have been photographed sitting next to each other and that they served together on a business school advisory board in China. Higgins also notes that it's hard to say whether Musk's retelling of the phone call was accurate. It's hard to imagine Musk was serious about wanting to be CEO of Apple, he said. Penguin Random House, the book's publisher, declined to make Higgins available for comment. Since Musk's hunt for an Apple acquisition, Tesla's market cap has ballooned to over $900 billion, making it the most valuable car company in the world. Apple is working on an electric car of its own, a project it started in 2014. Nonplussed by the story, Musk later decided to go on the offensive against his rival by tweeting, "Apple App Store fees are a de facto global tax on the internet. Epic is right," a reference to a high-profile antitrust lawsuit filed by Fortnite creator Epic Games. The video game company argues that Apple's heavy-handed control over software developers constitutes a monopoly via fees on developers that can reach up to 30% of user spending through its App Store. It was just the latest shot in a running battle between the two tech giants since Apple decided to enter the electric vehicle market by developing an autonomous car division in 2014. Musk has mocked the initiative for years with remarks like, "Cars are very complex compared to phones or smartwatches," and that time he referred to Apple's hiring practices as a Tesla graveyard, where employees who couldn't hack it went after being let go. In a statement to The Verge, Apple also denied the interaction ever occurred, referencing a New York Times interview from April in which Cook said, "You know, I've never spoken to Elon, although I have great admiration and respect for the company he's built." Musk apparently did not participate in the creation of Power Play. In an author's note at the end, Higgins writes that Musk was given numerous opportunities to comment on the stories, facts, and characterizations presented in the book's pages. Without pointing to any specific inaccuracies, he offered simply this: "Most, but not all, of what you read in this book is nonsense." Higgins says that Musk had plenty of opportunities to comment and that the story of the conversation with Cook comes from Musk's own account of the conversation, according to people who heard the retelling at the time. In an earlier tweet, he also characterized the story of Musk and Cook's conversation as one that was told inside Tesla as the company struggled with the Model X. He also says that Apple was given several opportunities to comment prior to publication and declined. While some would compare Elon Musk to Steve Jobs because of their roles as technological visionaries, the Tesla CEO has never crossed over into the former Apple CEO's field of consumer electronics, choosing instead to focus primarily on electric cars and rockets. But Musk's career could have taken a much different direction if the said deal had seen the light of day. Whether Apple ever considered buying Tesla or even had such a conversation, Elon Musk isn't the person anyone should want designing iPhones and Macs. More importantly, he's not the person who should be running Apple. That would be terrible for Apple. Why do I say so, you may ask? Well, the truth is, we all know that Musk is one of the most accomplished entrepreneurs of his generation. The thing is, Apple isn't a startup. It's the world's most valuable company, and it generates almost as much profit in every quarter as Tesla's entire annual revenue. Musk is clearly gifted at championing big ideas, even if they never actually come to fruition. To his credit, he's also much more of a product guy than Cook. Apple's current CEO reportedly doesn't spend a lot of time designing products, especially compared to his predecessor Steve Jobs, who was famously involved in the smallest details of everything Apple made. There are certainly some that would see Musk as more of a visionary leader in the mold of Jobs. Certainly, you could make the argument that Apple could use a little more Jobs, especially if you're in the camp that its products are starting to get a little dated, at least from a design perspective. It's hard to think that the last product Apple introduced had the same effect as the iPhone. However, that's more a statement about just how transformational an iPhone's product was and less an indictment of everything Apple has done since. The Apple Watch is the world's most popular watch, outselling not only all other smartwatches but the entire Swiss watch industry. AirPods on their own generate more than $12 billion a year and are the company's second most successful product launch ever. Both products are incredibly successful, but Apple's pace of innovation looks a lot different than it did 15 years ago. Cook, however, oversees a finely tuned machine that consistently produces new products and, more importantly, hefty profits. Neither is especially true of Musk, who is far more known for making big promises and stirring up controversy on social media. The thing is, Musk's promises and exaggerations are part of his salesmanship at Tesla, and that works for him. He makes extravagant claims, and everyone sort of factors it into what you get with him at the top. All in all, both Tesla and Apple are doing just fine, being the biggest companies in the populous Silicon Valley. It's also easy to make the comparison based on products alone. Both Tesla electric cars and Apple electronics are positioned as premium products, with an aura of high-tech innovation ostensibly justifying the higher purchase price. The retail environment is even similar, as Tesla reportedly hired a former Apple executive to configure its showrooms. Musk and Cook may not be the best of buddies right now, but you never know what the future holds. There are never permanent enemies in business, and it won't come as a surprise if both companies share the platform someday. In our upcoming videos, we will be revealing more plans Musk has in regard to working with other like-minded companies, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of them.